What's up, YouTube? It's your boy JB, and I'm here tonight with the review for Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. This is season 6, episode 8, and it was titled "Oh Mama." So, you guys, the season so far, we're at the midway point. We're almost through with this season, and this season has not really given anything what typical Love and Hip Hop Hollywood gives. But without further ado, we're just gonna go ahead and just jump into the video. So if you guys notice my skin, I have a ring light in front of me, and now it's bouncing the light off of behind me, you guys, I have a green screen that I'm recording with now, and I'm gonna have to buy me some more lights to go right here to not make me look so oily or dry, whatever. But without further ado, you guys, let's go ahead and just jump into the video. All right, so first I want to start out with K Michelle. So this episode picked up where last week's episode left off. You guys remember K Michelle went to Atlanta to see Tone to talk about Tone being her surrogate. So K Michelle just sat down with Tone to give her expectations of what she expects for her to be her surrogate. And she says that, basically she was embarrassed when, she had went on YouTube talking about that she was K Michelle's surrogate, and that just embarrassed her, and she feels like what it is with K Michelle, she doesn't want Tony to have day-to-day contact with her. She doesn't want them to be a big happy family. The whole thing is Tony is doing a job for K Michelle. She's gonna carry these babies for her, so there's no need for them to have a budding relationship outside of this. And I think K Michelle should do like what Kim Kardashian has done for her last two babies, because if you remember, with Kim Kardashian, her last two babies, the surrogates were never at the baby shower, and that was just to keep her stuff separate from them. Like K Michelle said to her, you're just a vessel to basically carry these babies to term. There's nothing there between us. And then the biggest issue K Michelle has is the fact that Tone's boyfriend is so heavily involved in this, and K Michelle's like, but he's not even your husband. So you got to figure out a way to tell him like, whoa, pump the brakes and back up. And I agree with K Michelle, because he's gonna get in the middle of it, and he should not be in anything, because this has nothing to do with him. It's between Tone and K Michelle. So while we are talking about K Michelle, we see K Michelle, she's talking about working on this country album that she's been talking about for a very long time, and she's meeting up with an artist by the name of Christian. What was his name, you guys? Christian Bush, and he's from the group Sugarland. So he meets up with her. She's worried about doing this country stuff. She's like, are people racist? He says, you could deal with that, but when it comes down to people in country music fans, they don't say, oh, I love this artist. They say, oh, I love that song, which is 100% true, because I love country music. Now, I do have a favorite country artist. Carrie Underwood is #1 my favorite artist, but when I listen to a lot of other country songs, I'm like, wait, I love that song. Like, there's this artist named Sam Hunt, Leave the Night On, love that song. Lady Antebellum. Yes, I like I said, I love country music. Who else? I never really once considered Taylor Swift country, but I love Lady Antebellum, Rascal Flatts, Carrie Underwood, Sam Hunt. The list goes on. And then Christian tells her that you need to call the Opry, the Grand Ole Opry, and sing there, because that's where all country music artists go and do. They sing at the Grand Ole Opry. But also, what country music artists do, they work the circuits. And when I say work the circuits, if you guys never watched the television show Nashville, that used to come on ABC, and then it moved to CMT, country music, the country music television channel. Check that out, because it's a big representation of what goes on in Nashville. So yes, before the artists actually get their record deals, they normally sing at the clubs that are in Nashville, because that's where a lot of the big A&R record execs hang out at. They hang out in those bars to find new talent. So K Michelle needs to contact the Opry, and she also should go down to Nashville. I know she went to that bar, and she told a story what happened on Jason Lee's show. So if you guys want to check that out, go check it out. But Christian and K Michelle made a song on the spot, And I'm like, yes, K Michelle, you need to record that and put that out, because if you record that and put that out, I guarantee you I will buy that, because her voice is so great. You know, my thing with K Michelle is that K Michelle, she's very talented, but her attitude is what gets in her way. But other than that, K Michelle is very freaking talented, and I just think she's amazing. But we're gonna move on, you guys. All right, next, you guys, let's just go ahead and just knock April's insufferable ass out the way. So we see April, she's in Chicago. You know, she goes and visits her mom and her stepdad. And, you know, April's once again telling us her story. You know, her mom had so many kids that she couldn't take care of. So I think she let her live with her grandmother. Don't know, don't really 100% give a shit. But you know, things are now good between she and her mom. And it basically took for her to have her son and daughter, for her to realize that her mom was actually a good mom to her. And you know, then they talk about Teeny Fizzle Pop and how he was there by her side after the whole breakup with Omarion, and you know how he was there to help alleviate the burden on her mom's back. And I'm just like, what the fuck are we talking about? And why are we talking about this shit? Because no one gives a fuck. So then, you know, her mom asked her, is she going on a tour, you know, going to the tour? And, you know, she says, no, I'm not going to go, because, you know, Teeny Fizzle Pop had to deal with all this drama behind the scenes after the LA show. And her mom feels like she should go. And I'm like, girl, if you listen to your mama, you are dumb. Like, does nobody see like, no one sees the hypocrisy. Like, no one sees this. Like, you know, my whole thing is, and someone brought it up, and I'm gonna mention it right now. So, you know, she's also while she's in Chicago, she and Paris and Shonda go to visit Ryan at Nine Mag, and you know, she's like, "What I gotta do to get a free tattoo?" She's like, "I'll give you the puss." I'm like, "Girl," well, she said the cooch. And I'm like, "Really? So you just gonna throw your cooch around freely?" That's what the fuck Monique was talking about when she said that, you know, you was using your puss for, you know, money. Like, that is what Monique was talking about, and you're not making it look any better. So, you know, she goes to the studio. Then she sits down with her family, and you know, Shonda's there, Willie Taylor's there, Teeny Fizzle Pop is there, and also Paris is there. Now they brought, you know, Paris and Willie brought up a good thing. You know, Willie was like, you know, we saw B2K back in the day. Yes, they were in a group, but and they were around each other for a very long time. So obviously there was a friendship there. I don't care what Teeny Fizzle Pop tries to say. You guys were once, you were bandmates. You guys were close to each other. So you guys had a relationship with one another. And my thing is, you should have a little bit more. I know you might not be cool with O at this point, but you should at least have respect for him. The fact that you guys are band members, like, you should be like, you know what, April, I like you, but let's table this. You know, let's table things right now. Omarion and I are on tour. Let me and Omarion make this money. Once we're done with this tour, then we can figure out what the situation is between us, which we all know what it is. They are together. And I don't know why they keep insinuating that they're just friends. Like, I don't know why they keep insinuating they're just fucking friends. We are not stupid. Like, like I said, just table that shit until the tour is over. Once the tour is over, figure things out. And if you guys decide that you want to be together, then you need to say, okay, let's sit down with your baby mama, my baby daddy, Omarion and Moniece. Let's sit down with them. Let's have a conversation with them. Let's tell them, yo, this is not despite either one of you guys, and especially you, Omarion. This is not despite you. We just had, you know, we connected with one another. We like each other, and we want to pursue. We were, you know, we're pursuing a relationship with one another, and that could be that. But no, that's not what they did. It's like y'all are dangling this shit in his face, like, oh yeah, nigga, we together. I dare you to say something, and that's just what it is. And then, you know, her mama breaks down, started crying, and I'm like, oh my God, are you fucking serious? Her mom cries because, you know, April was losing weight, and you were there for her. No one cares, seriously. So then, you know, April tells Teeny Fizzle Pop that she's not going to the tour, to the concert. And he's like, you know, he feels like she should go. He thinks that that's wrong. I'm like, it's not wrong, Fizz. Teeny Fizzle Pop, it's not wrong. Like, again, it's like you guys are dangling this relationship in Omarion's face. Like, he has to work with you, and then you bring in his baby mama, his ex to the concert and you dating her and then you want to play like you're not with her. Like, you guys must really think people are that fucking stupid. Like, that's what's getting on my nerves with those two. Is that they think that they're so smart and they think that everybody else is just retardedly stupid. Like, no one is as dumb as you two are. You two are the dumb ones. You. Moving on, guys. 'Cause I just don't. I'm tired of talking about those two, to be quite honest with you. All right, so next let's talk about Apple. So Apple, I actually kind of went in order of the episode almost. So Apple, so she is recovering from her breast surgery. So her sister is there, and Brittany B comes over to check on her as well. And Apple is talking about how she's in pain, and Apple is asking Brittany B like, so what happened between you and little Lyrica? And she, Brittany B says it was a lot of he said, she said. And, Apple's like, well, why don't you two talk things out? And Brittany B is like, I don't know about that. And, but Apple's like, they should let it go. And I agree. Like, this is stupid. It's the whole beef between, it's the whole she said she didn't know me. Okay, if somebody says that they don't know you, be like, I don't know that bitch either. Simple as that. Don't hold on to that. Let it go. In the words of Elsa, let it go. Let it go. Let it go, please. So, then Apple was talking about how her sister and her mom had reached out to her because they saw a post that she made on social media about her having surgery and they want to come see her. And she's like, she hasn't really talked to her mom in over a year because she kicked her mom out of her house because, they got into it. And then, Brittany B said, talking about how she doesn't have a good relationship with her mom. I think she said her dad died and then her mom got on drugs. But she told us that earlier in the season. And, then Apple says the same thing about her mom, that her mom was on drugs. And Apple says that, she's also battling with her alcohol and she's working on that. So I guess that's a way for her to help her, relationship with her mom. So then her mom and her sister do come over to the house. And, Apple's talking about how she has triplet sisters that she doesn't have any contact with. And they were like, they don't talk to you because they don't have your phone number. And, Apple's whole thing is she feels like her sisters got treated better than she did because her sisters, I think they were her grandmother, but she and her older sister, they were on the streets. And then she also asked her mom, like, why come you didn't come back for us? And I could look at the mom and tell why she didn't come back for them. It was because the mom was battling her own demons. So you can't expect someone who is in and out of jail, on drugs, and probably addicted to alcohol. You can't expect for someone like that to be able to raise a child or, raise kids. Like, if I'm not mistaken, earlier this season, didn't Apple say that her son was staying with one of her family members? So that implies that you don't feel like you are in a good space to take care of your son. So that was the same thing for your mom. She just was not in a good headspace to take care of you and your sisters. And so I definitely understood that. But she did say, they can work on a relationship with each other. And her mom breaks down crying. And I'm like, that scene seemed genuine. That was like one of the most genuine scenes of the episodes besides K. Michelle because everything else was just bullshit. But we're going to move on. All right, you guys. So lastly in the episode, we got Big Lyrica. She is, celebrating her album by the name of titled Ready. Little Lyrica's there. And then we see Pam and her piercings in the audience. I'm like, oh, some shit is about to pop off here. So then Brittany B is also there, so she goes up to Little Lyrica and Big Lyrica, and it catches them off guard. But Little Lyrica tells Big Lyrica that they had some issues. She said, "Yeah, but we've corrected our issues," and she says we're good, and Little Lyrica says, "Yeah, we good." So then she says, "You know what? I just really want to check on you after I saw all this stuff on social media about this Summer Bunny girl." And she said, let's not talk about her. So then Pam and her piercings come up. And she got this noodle strand wig in her hair. I'm like, you know what? It looks better than any other shit she's wore. So I'm not going to talk too much shit about it. And I'm like, oh shit, this is going to be some bullshit between Big Lyrica and Pam and her piercings. But no, they made up with each other. So then, they walk off. And it leaves Brittany being Little Lyrica there to talk. And then they talk about, the live where, Zell was on the live with Summer Bunny. Then Zell comes in. So Zell comes in and he addresses Brittany B immediately. He tells Brittany B, "Do you feel like you owe me an apology?" She's like, "No, I don't feel like I owe you shit." And he said, "Well, I think you owe me an apology because you were talking to you were talking down to me or talking about me." She says, "No, I was talking to Paris." He said, "Well, Paris is my friend, so if you were talking to her, you was talking to me." I hate people with that mindset and mentality. Like, if someone gets into it with my friend, I'm like, you know what? I ain't got nothing to do with this. You two argue. I'm gonna step over to the side. Like, you ain't got nothing. If you want to argue with my friend, by all means, have at it. I ain't got shit to do with that. But for him, he feels like that's because his friend, she was talking to him, so she owes him an apology. No, I was with Brittany B. Like, no, I don't owe you an apology. I don't even owe Paris an apology. And here's the thing. When it came down to Paris, Paris was not invited to that event by Brittany B. So what we talking about? So fucking stupid. And then things get out of hand with those two. He talking about calling her a zebra. I'm like, oh my God, this is so stupid. So then, Brittany B does end up leaving, and Little Lyric is sitting there talking to Zell, and she's asking him like, why were you even on that live with that girl in the first fucking place? And he's coming up with all kind of excuses. He was looking at her story. So if you were looking at her Instagram story, how the fuck did you get on live with her? Because if you're looking at someone's Instagram story, that is from hours ago. That could be from 5 minutes ago, 48 seconds ago, to up to 24 hours ago. How did you end up getting on her live from her story? That means you saw her on live, you clicked on her live, and then you hit the button where it says request to be on that person's live. And she accepted it because she knew you were on this show. She knew you were cool with Little Lyrica. So hey, two birds, one stone. Like, I rolled my eyes at Zell because I just thought it was so fucking stupid. Like, you sent her straight up blatantly lying. So then we see Little Lyrica. She's at their house and she is moving out because allegedly Clutch and Pearls, aka Auntie Faye, has cheated on her. So he was on a plane. He met this girl. Supposedly he slept with said girl. Said girl went and told her friend, who then went in Little Lyrica's DMs to tell Little Lyrica that her friend slept with Clutch and Pearls, aka Auntie Faye. But Clutch and Pearls, aka Auntie Faye, went in Little Lyrica's DMs and deleted it so she wouldn't see it. And I'm like, this is a lot. And it's a lot of stupid shit. Like, Clutch and Pearls, aka Auntie Faye, and Little Lyrica are turning into Kirk and Rashida. God, really? This is what we're doing now? And then Big Lyrica comes over. She's like, what are you doing, Little Lyrica? She says, I'm leaving because he cheated on me. She's like, let's get out of here. What about the dogs? She said, those are his dogs. But the dogs didn't do anything. Those are his dogs, so they can stay. So then Clutch and Pearls, he comes home. He found out that she was moving because I guess he has a ring and he could see the people on camera moving the shit. Then Ray comes over. He asks him like, wait a minute, what happened here? Like, this place had stuff in it and now it's cleaned out. Yes, Ray, it's cleaned out. So Ray asked him like, so did you do anything with the girl? He says, no, I didn't do nothing with her. I'm like, okay. And then they hear a noise in the house, and that is where the episode ended, you guys. So be sure to like the video, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys later.